So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about the second test match between England and New Zealand that started yesterday with day 1. So it was a fascinating day of test cricket in front of a spirited Edgbaston crowd. There was a bit of swing and bit of seam too throughout the day, but still it was a decent pitch to bat on. England won the toss and they have decided to bat. At this point it's hard to tell who is in front because it was equal. So if England can cross 300 today, they will be pretty happy. New Zealand, meanwhile, will try to wrap up the tail enders as quickly as they can with the 10 over old new ball. So for the first time, I would say for the first time in 10 years, England did not lose a wicket in the opening session of a home test. It was an ideal start for the host after opting to bat. However, they squandered it after lunch when Neil Wagner got 2 wickets quickly after the lunch, and they came back in style after a wicketless morning session. The informed Rory Burns was solid at one end, and just when a partnership started to build, Ajaz Patel, the spinner, nipped out Ollie Pope, and New Zealand had slightly ahead at the 80. Trent Bolt, who had gone wicketless till then, fortified his team's position by picking back-to-back wickets. He was wicketless in the first session too. At 175 for 6 somewhere, England were in a spot of bother than of what they can handle, how this pitch goes. Then that's when the Dan Lawrence came and he notched up his third half century and was involved in a couple of crucial partnership with Ollie Stone, and they made a unbeaten and he made an unbeaten 36 run stand with Mark Wood. So this was a couple of hard session in the morning for New Zealand, but they knew how to bounce back again with the help of the pitch. The crowd was very fascinating today. They got full support for their home team, and I would say it was a great session overall. And just what can we expect from day 2? I mean, they have to wrap up quickly as they can, because if they go 300 plus, it's very difficult for New Zealand to fire, because I would expect that Conway to fire today, because on his debut he just made a blast out of it in the first test match. And also, in the absence of Kane Williamson, now Ross Taylor has to fire. I mean, I'm expecting a huge partnership between these both. Of course, Tom Latham too, and Henry Nicholls and BJ Watling is also missing this test match. So there are a couple of faces we will see today that can fire, but just they have to wrap up the tail quickly as they can. It's really going to be difficult for New Zealand to win this test match ahead of the WTC final, which will give them a lot of confidence, because they have nothing to lose but everything to gain. But they have to show some kind of momentum from now on. So let's take a look at the scoreboard now. England are 258 for 7 in the 90 overs. Day 1 stumps. Daniel Lawrence, he's on 67 of 100 balls, and Mark Wood is playing on 16 of 58 balls. Matt Henry has bowled quite well. Bit of expensive, but I would say he will bounce back in the second day. So now we'll look at the scoreboard. Rory Burns, 81 of 187. He's in the form of his life, I would say. He's going to be a huge player for England. Dom Sibley gave a good support. It was a slow start. Zach Crawley disappointed again. Joe Root, again, very normal shot that he played. He shouldn't have played that. I think he should have left it. Ollie Pope also gone. He just nipped the ball for cutting that, but he did not make it. Let's just look at the bowlers now. Trent Bolt has taken 2. Bit of expensive. Matt Henry also 2. Neil Wagner, expensive. I mean, he's just trying to get that form back, but he cannot. Daryl Mitchell is a new one. We'll have to give him some time. And Ajaz Patel, I mean, he's the find. He will be very crucial in the WTC final too. So let's see who takes the day 2. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure to like the video, share, and subscribe the channel. See you soon.